Hey guys, thanks for coming onto this video today. Today, I want to take some time and share with you a story from a very special guest. Her name's Kathy. She's from South Florida in the United States. Kathy and I just met last week, and she had some interest in making money from home, and didn't have much to get started with, and so we talked about it. She got started the other day and has had an incredible story so far in a couple of days, and I'm gonna quit talking and let her share that with you. So Kathy, first of all, can you share with us a little bit about your background?
Yeah, I can do that. I have a law enforcement background. I worked high-end security and broke and trained racehorses for many years. I had to retire 4 years ago when my grandson was born, and I moved to Florida from Ohio. It was a move that I thought was going to be good for me, and it's been nothing but questionable along the way. We've had a lot of problems. We were in a homeless shelter, things like that. We worked our way up. We worked very hard to get where we're at today. I mean, we have a nice little apartment, and my daughter keeps the bills paid because she works as a cab driver, and we live mainly on her tips because they don't get a weekly paycheck. That's the bad part about it. Luckily, she makes money every day. She was just recently diagnosed with MS, and we know that the medical bills are going to run into the thousands. She has Medicaid, but Medicaid only pays so much, and I'm partially disabled due to what I did for a living. And I was desperate. I was, for the last year or so, probably for the last couple of years since I retired, and I have no pension. I got no pension, no nothing, so I have no source of income. And it got to the point to where I was getting desperate because we want to move back to Ohio, where we're from, and because my mom's up there. I just lost my dad a couple of years ago, and it's been hard on her since Dad died. And so I've been desperate, trying to find. I think if I had all the money back from all the programs that I've invested in over the years, I wouldn't. I would have a very healthy bank account. And so when Jay called me, or not called me, but got a hold of me, I was desperate. I was looking for some way, somehow, with Christmas coming up, we didn't know if we were going to be able to afford gifts for my grandson, and he's 4. So I was in tears today. Jay contacted me. I was sitting at the table, and I didn't know what I was going to do. With my daughter having been diagnosed with this and us wanting to move back because she would be close to the Cleveland Clinic that way, I was desperate. And Jay contacted me and got a hold of me and told me about Domination, and I thought, oh great, another program. I'm going to end up spending money I don't have. And I was in a quote-unquote, I was promoting a business online, and my first paycheck from them was $16. Not much when you put in about 40 hours worth of work. So, I mean, it's been frustrating. It's been very hard. So I had to, Jerry took the time to explain everything to me, to give me the link so I could check things out on my own. So I did that. He gave me time. He didn't pressure me. He didn't push me into making a decision because he knew I was in a bad spot. And so I looked at everything and I checked everything out. And I thought, well, okay, I can do this. I just have to come up with the money to get in. So I begrudgingly went to my daughter and asked her for the money. And my daughter is 32, and since she works so hard, I hate to ask her. And she goes, oh, Mom, not another program, and since she pays for the bills and does all, if we need, luckily we have food stamps so we can get groceries and that, but if I need any personal items or something like that, she has to pay for them, so I hate asking her for money. And she says, Mom, we're going to try this one more time, and if this one doesn't work out, we're going to have to do something else. So I said, okay, I'll give it one more shot. So she gave me the money. And I thought, well, if this doesn't work out, and being a preacher's daughter, I say my prayers every morning and every night. So I thought, Lord, if this is meant to be, then hopefully something will happen. Well, long story short, I don't want to bore you guys to death or anything like that, but long story short, within a matter of 24 hours, I made about $230. And my first sale, I got a $90 profit, and I was having to pinch myself, not believing it was real, not believing that this could happen to me, because I'd never in my life, except for that little piddly $16, I'd never made any money online whatsoever. I was with Coastal Vacations years ago, and I think the most I made was $400, but that's a whole other story. So I told Jay, and I was thrilled, and I thought, okay, this is $90. Maybe it's just a quirk, Maybe this is just one of those things. The first sale is good, and the rest of it's going to, I had my doubts. So I continued to do what I'm supposed to do, followed all the videos, followed all the directions, even went back to the videos to make sure I was doing things right. And I kept making money. And today I've made another sale. And it's 48 hours later, I've made another sale. So I've made close to $300 in the last couple of days. And I am blown away. My daughter was in tears last night. I surprised her and told her, and she was in tears. She was so excited. And my Christmas wish is so I can give my daughter a Christmas card, and inside it say, Merry Christmas, you can quit your job. And this is my goal. Well, I'm getting to that goal. And I have 9 days, because Christmas is in 10 days, and I have 9 days to really do good and really bust my butt and do what I'm supposed to do. And I know I can do this. Anybody can do this. If they put their mind to it, they set goals, it can be done. And I'm almost in tears now because I'm so happy. It's just, and I owe Jay so much for contacting me. So if I can do this, and I'm 56 and not a techie, no technological background. I mean, I've been able to hook up my own computers and that, but nothing. And if I can do this, anybody can do this. And it's amazing. It's simply amazing. My 4-year-old grandson was sitting on the bed with me last night while I was choosing items, and he was like, he'd say, Nana, that's pretty. Nana, that's nice. So I would go with what he said, and he was having a good old time. And one of the items sold today, so I'm like, this is phenomenal. And I owe Jay so much for contacting me on the day that he did, and I thank God for pointing Jay in my direction, because without those two connections, I would still be sitting at the table in tears. So if I can do this, anybody can do it. You just have to set goals, set your mind to it, and say, yes, I can do this, I will do this, and I guarantee you, you will make money from this. DS Domination is the best program on the internet. It pays like it says it does. I mean, the people there are fantastic. So if you're considering doing it or thinking about it, don't think about it. Do it. Because you will kick yourself later if you don't. I would have been kicking myself had I told Jay no. So if you're going to do this, do this. Just don't even think about it. Yes, it's $20, but you get your money back tenfold. So please, just go to the website. If you get the link, go to the website, follow all the videos, do what they tell you to do. It's simple, it's easy, and it's the best program on the internet, and it's the most honest program on the internet.
Why don't you, speaking of that, why don't you quickly walk us through the whole process in terms of, like, you got started on Friday, December 13th.
Yeah, Friday the 13th.
Yeah, the lucky Friday the 13th. Anybody who says that's an unlucky day has just been proven wrong.
Yes.
So you got started, and why don't just walk through exactly what happened from start to finish in that day. I mean, so many people who are looking at making money online always automatically think that they're going to have to recruit people, they're going to have to get onto auto ship, and they're going to have to become a marketer and a techie and a salesperson and all this stuff. And I'm convinced that most people don't want to do that. They just want to be able to make money from home without having to change their entire lifestyle. So could you speak a little bit to that, and also, well, we'll get to it once you share that a little bit in terms of how the process went.
Well, the thing I like about it is there's no recruiting. You don't have to recruit anybody. The system is so easy that with most programs on the internet, with most programs out there today, you have to recruit in order to make money. And this is one you simply go into. You follow all the videos, you pay close attention, you have to have due diligence, you have to really pay attention, but it's simple. I mean, like I said, I like the fact there's no recruiting. You don't have to do that. I don't like to recruit. I don't know anybody who does, but that makes it more difficult when you have to have your money count on how many people you recruit. And that's not right. Too many people in today's economy, with things being as tough as they are, people need something that they can get into. They don't have to recruit. They don't have to be a marketer. They don't have to be a tech whiz. I mean, they don't need any of that stuff. And I mean, I could go on and on and on because I am just so thrilled. I really, really am.
So did you? In terms of the other thing is that I think people have a challenge with, as far as it being eBay, most people assume that you have to go and take upfront money and buy a product, then list it on eBay, wait for it to sell, and then go down to the post office and ship. What's the process here? Real simple and straightforward. How does it work from your experience?
The process here is so simple. You're using eBay and Amazon. Okay. You go to eBay. You set up your account. There's a help me if I get stuck here. There is a special link you use. So it's what's that link they use, Jay? I can't think of the link. Yeah, that one. And anyways, you go in and you set up your account. Then you make sure you have all your information and everything. Then you go to Amazon. You look on Amazon. You see what items are available. They've got thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of items. So you go on, you pick an item. You kind of study it a little bit to look to see what the best sellers are, and then you see the ones that maybe you might have a better chance. Because the best sellers, everybody's buying them. But, it's just, you use common sense. That's what I want to say. Use common sense. You find an item. You pick, you go to jewelry. You find a necklace. They say, okay, well, then what you do is you take that over to eBay. You transfer everything over to eBay, and you have to work. You have to work both websites. But it's for me to explain it would make it sound much more difficult than it really is, because it's not. It's fairly easy. It's really easy. So
you never had to buy anything and then sell it, right?
No, I didn't have to buy anything. I don't have to go to the post office to go ship anything. You do it all from the computer. Yeah, that's what makes it so simple.
Exactly, and it makes it so that there's no risk for anybody who wants to do this correctly, because you're setting up an eBay account. You're listing a product that you can get on Amazon. You list it on eBay. It sells. You get the money from the customer right into your PayPal account. You go over to Amazon or any of the other sites that we use. You buy it with the money you just got, and you get to keep the difference, and you have Amazon ship it directly to your customer. You're literally getting paid to copy and paste. So you messaged me this morning, you had another $30 sale, and you said it took you all of 20 to 30 minutes at the most to actually do the work to get that sale, right?
Right, and it doesn't take hours and hours. Now, if you want to take hours and go through all of what Amazon has and everything else, that's fine. But it takes at the most, once you get everything set up, your eBay account, now you get all that set up, it takes at the most, I would say you can get it down to probably 15, 20 minutes for each item. You don't have to spend hours on the computer. You don't have to spend hours doing this. It takes, depending on how long it takes you to decide on something, that's where your time is. If it takes you a half hour, it takes you a half hour. I've gotten it down now to where I can go through, and in about 5 minutes, I can decide what I'm going to sell. And within a matter of 15, maybe 20 minutes at the most, bing, bang, boom, it's done. And then I move on to the next one. I move on to the next one. So it's not difficult at all. You don't have to, you do everything on the computer. There's no going to the post office. There's no money exchanging hands. There's so many things with it. And the thing, like I can't stress this enough, it's an honest company. It's honest. There's no mirrors, there's no surprises, there's no, oh, we forgot to tell you this. I just went to a webinar today. The webinars are fabulous. They're wonderful. Everything is explained. There's so many new tools coming out, which I'm not going to go into, but there's so many new tools coming out. These guys are awesome. And if people can get somebody as good as you are, Jay, they're going to be in the money in no time, because when you have a team leader that is patient and understanding and cheers with you and cries with you and is there to give you support, that's what people need.
Yeah,
and that's what I love about it.
Totally, and that's what the whole community is like here. And so because the thing is this goes beyond the scope of making money. Like you and I, we were talking before you decided to pull the trigger. You reached out to me on Facebook. You were getting some of my emails, and you reached out to me on Facebook, and we had a conversation, and you really opened up to me about your circumstances. And like I'd said to you, the whole time we were sitting there talking, all I could think about was this moment right now where you're telling me what this looks like now, because now you have the tangible experience. You have money in your PayPal account. And it changes everything now. The next 30 days, the next however long looks totally different. Does that sound about accurate?
Oh my gosh, I've gone from being so depressed and not being able to sleep and not eating, crying all the time, to how soon can I make my next dollar? And it's exciting because it puts a whole new outlook on your life. I'm looking at it as we'll be able to afford to move back to Ohio. We'll be able to afford her medical bills because we'll be able to afford to get regular insurance, so we're not sweating it. We'll be able to afford some of life's little pleasures. Like maybe I've never had a vacation. My daughter's never had a vacation, and since my grandson's only 4, he's definitely never had a vacation. So it's like, we'll be able to do these things, and it's so exciting for me. I'll be able to take care of my mom, even though my mom is well set and everything. She's 83. I want to be able to get up there and be close to her in case she needs something, or there's so many things. I'm going to help my family. My church is up there. I can get back into church and start giving to my church every Sunday, giving to some of my favorite charities. I want to be able to give back because this was given to me at a time when I needed it the most. And that's what's important to me. I don't care about getting things for myself or doing things for myself. I'm not that kind of a person. I get more joy out of doing for other people and helping people out when I can. And of course, my family comes first. But along the way, if somebody comes to me and says, look, I don't have any food to feed my kids, is there any way that I can get a couple $100 from somewhere? I can say, yeah, here, let me help you out. I'll give it to you. It's a gift. Don't worry about paying me back. This is what I want to be able to do. In my outlook on life, on our future, we don't have a car. Neither one of us has owned a car for 5 years. And I'm looking at it that now this gives us a good possibility where we'll be able to afford a car. It may not be the best car in the world, but it'll be a car and it'll be ours. And eventually I can work towards getting my daughter her own and my own, but right now we'll have to share one. We've taken cabs, we've taken buses, we've walked, we've taken my bicycle. So this has set a whole new precedence for us as far as what life is going to be. And it will not make you an overnight millionaire. If that's what you're looking for, go look somewhere else. This is to help you, with the day-to-day things in life. This is for you to put in your bank account so you can, give your kids things, help your family, help friends, things like that. You will not become a millionaire overnight. There's no way. There's no program out there that will do that. But this will certainly give you a good start, and maybe within a year or two, you might make millionaire status. So this is why I love this program. It's given me a whole different outlook on our future. And it's great. It's wonderful. For the first time in months, I slept like a log last night because I knew we were going to have money. So that's the best thing. This is the best thing that could have happened.
That's music to my ears. And anybody who's in that position to be able to offer this to people, it's the exact same thing. Because how can you can't put a price tag as far as financial return on the joy that comes from being able to know the impact that this makes on somebody's life. And you've been part of the group now, our Facebook group, for since Friday. It's Sunday today, so a few days. So you've had some time to browse through all the posts that are being made on a daily basis. And I talk about it, when I send emails out to people who have contacted me about this, and everybody else is doing the same thing. You're brand new here, so is it really real? Is there tons of people in our Facebook group who are posting their successes every day, or are these just actors and people that we've made up?
No, these are real people making real money. These are everyday folk like me and you making real money. Some have been in it since it started, which it's only 4 months old, and others are getting into it as it goes along. So, no, they are real people, everyday people with everyday struggles, and they're making money. Probably some of them for the first time in their life, like me. Others have found something that's better than what they've been involved in. So, no, it's all real, and I can attest to that.
And it's not uncommon to. It's the typical thing that we're seeing is people are quickly being able to average $300 to $500 in their first week. And how much money have they had to spend in order to do that?
$20.
$20. $20
is all it takes.
Yeah.
And but let me say that that's not easy for a lot of people. A lot of people are going to feel like I did for a long time. I can't come up with $20. I don't know where I'm going to get $20. And in today's economy, it's tough. But if you have a family member or a friend, and I usually don't advocate this, but if you can borrow it from somebody, or say I need to borrow $20 and I promise you'll have it back in a week, because you can do that. You can do it in 2 days. I've already given my daughter back for $20. So do it. Don't think about it. Just do it, and you'll find out how simple and easy and how warm the community is, how nice the people are, how much support. The support is phenomenal. It's the best support anywhere. So, like I said, I can't say enough good about it. I could go on and on for hours, and I'm not going to do that. But I have nothing but good to say about DS Domination. Nothing but good.
That's awesome. Yeah, your story's been great because of everything that you've been through, and it just there's so many examples of that in the group every single day. But I just thought it would be cool to reach out, obviously, because you and I are working together on a personal basis. But just considering everything, and I think the biggest thing that I try to impart to people is that the whole thing of 72 hours ago you were in despair, and now a couple days later you have a whole new hope and a vision for the future that's not based on fluff and theoretical nonsense. This is based on the reality that you just made almost $300 within 48 hours using a $20 training, and that absolutely changes stuff.
I didn't even make that when I was working.
Yeah. You look at it from an hourly perspective, and you see how many people are talking in the group about how much they're being. If you were just to take what it actually works out to on an hourly basis, it's far more than a high-paying job. And there's no money out. There's no money that's being risked. There's no people that they're not chasing after their friends and family. They're not getting themselves on auto ship. They're not having to dump a bunch of money into something like most deals. And I think that's what people are looking for. So it's awesome to be able to hear your story, and I really hope that it's been valuable to others. Is there anything else that you wanted to share in the last couple minutes that we have here?
All I can say is tell people, just do this. You will feel so much better about yourself. You'll feel so much better about your life. And with Christmas coming up, trust me, if you're running short of money and you don't think you're going to be able to afford even one Christmas gift, I guarantee you, if you do this, you will be able to afford one gift, if not two or three. So do this for your own self-worth and for your family. It's the best thing you could do.
Awesome. Well, thanks for opening your life up to us, Kathy, and I'm really looking forward to working together over the next long while and seeing what this is going to do for you. It's been exciting already, and it's only been 72 hours.
Well, thank you, Jay. I appreciate it, and if this helps people make a decision, then that's what's important. This, like I said, I've searched for years. This is the best thing that's walked into my life, and I plan on being with DS Domination for the rest of my life if that's possible.
Yeah, and your sentiments are not uncommon at all, because there's a lot of people who have come here, who have been through everything, who have spent thousands and tens of thousands of dollars on other things trying to make money and just been left with disappointment and disillusioned with the whole thing as to whether or not it's actually possible to do, especially without becoming a salesperson. So
right. Great.
Well, thanks for sharing with us, Kathy, and for everybody who's listening, I really hope that you find value in this, and know that there's a team of people here who are eager to help you, and eager to help you to experience the same thing that Kathy and everybody else in the group that's experiencing using this, being able to put some extra money in your pocket. I mean, I'm convinced that most people, if they could make an extra 50 to 100 bucks a day from their home, from their living room, not having to spend a bunch of money, not having to chase friends and family, it's going to make a radical difference in their lifestyle and really drive that despair that so many people are burdened with, because there's, let's face it, there's not too many things that are worse to deal with than trepidation for the future, especially when it comes to finances. So we have a solution, and this is what we do. We like offering it to people and helping people change their lives, and the stories that we hear, like Kathy's, mean more to us than anything. So hope that helps you guys, and reach out, and we're looking forward to working with you. We'll catch up with you soon.